about 10 years ago when I started this formally as a company and said, this is one thing I know I'm going to dedicate my life. And I knew that it was going to be called Treehouse Community. Because for me, those are three different aspects: the tree, the house, and the community. And I feel like when those three things come together, then a lot of magic happens.
Why is it stuck?
So, hardly needed.
Are they coming here by bus?
Bus.
Bus.
They have two small buses. So I think today was the first day, so they were just landing in it. From tomorrow they should be on time.
Relating to this project that we did at Youth Center, see what we've done actually. So the idea was to get these people who spend most of their time in the city. They're 17 years old. They haven't, many of them might not have exposure to nature. They might have gone on a trip with their family once and said, okay, this is nature, this is something outside. But we said, what can we do for them that they have a really good experience and also have the basic understanding of what can a treehouse be?
Don't hurt yourself.
This one is ready to come. But don't get it. I'm operating this giant tongue, which is like a crab. And it's made to extend my arm deep into that thorny nut and cut off some branches of this bamboo. Here we have a Okay, 3, 2, 1. One more time, it's working, it's working. We did it!
We need tools to approach matter. We need not just any tools, but very sharp tools. If you spend a little bit of time sharpening your tool, you will be much more effective at the job which you're doing. It doesn't matter what your tool is, if it's a motorbike that has to work well, if it's a simple machete, a saw, or a machine. If it works well, it will save you a lot of time. You'll be more precise, you will be more satisfied with the thing. So in a sense, it's like our consciousness. We want to change something in the physical reality of matter. So the only place that we can change it is exactly at the cutting edge of our tool. So it's very important for that cutting edge to be very sharp. And all that happens around us, taking the tool, swinging it, for example, at the wood, that's all accessory movements. But what's very important is how that sharp edge interacts with the wood. There's another thing that's very present here in Auroville, which is the philosophy of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. So, one of the teachings of Sri Aurobindo was to hasten the evolution of consciousness. He realized that evolution is a progressive thing that's happening, and by becoming aware of it, which the human species is doing now, you can adjust your actions to either go against evolution or go with it. And one thing in evolution is the consciousness, which is evolving, our awareness. So we can be very narrow-minded and see just a small part of the world, or we can try to expand that vision and become aware of multiple things.
There's so many people you admire, but I admire all these people. We value our little possessions. They've given up everything. The kind of life that they live, this is such a romantic life. And there's so much of happiness in these faces. We crib about small things. They're giving it to our jungles, They're respecting our culture. We come here as tourists, as students, teachers, and kind of try to learn from them that material is not everything.
Water is meant to flow in a river. It's always wild and free. It's meant to be clean in the nature. As it falls from the sky, it's supposed to be clean. We should be able to drink it when it comes from the ground. But no, we want to pass it through 1,000 electronic filters and systems and all this stuff, and then put in some corn plastic cup that wasn't grown in a sustainable way to fool people and say, now you're doing a good job. Then we wanted them to make fire also. Fire is a really important part of life. We all have a small fire going on inside us. And by making fires outside, we support our inner fire.
Okay, if it's also just smoking. Better not burn the ropes, no? That's the main thing.
It's my like 50s music. It's my 50s music phase right now. Disco phase. Such simple lyrics like, there's a chair, I put it there. Like,
A doormat at the door.
that's a, Keep it. But this
Yeah, we
is
can make a
big.
nice cross actually, no?
Yeah, it's big.
No? Then what you can do is pull this rope through. I love it. It's a long ass rope. And then that's what I meant. You want it on outside or inside? Okay.
So trees by themselves are already magical beings, and most people don't see much of trees. They see maybe the stem, but as a child I realized even by climbing up a few meters, I'll have people walking under me and they can't find me. I can see everything from on top, but nobody lifts their head. Most people look down to the ground to see where they're walking, so really few people go up. So I knew it's important to go up, to have that progressive upwards vision also, the kind of evolution, the path of evolution, you're going forwards and not downwards or steady. So these trees are so beautiful, and I love to spend time in many trees, that I said if I build a house one day for myself, it's going to be a tree house. People and trees, I feel like we have a very intimate connection, which is almost so intimate as if another human friend of ours is dying, they stop breathing, and you have to give them mouth to mouth. They depend on you because they're dead, they're not breathing anymore. You need to revitalize them by blowing into their lungs. And this is what we do with trees all the time. This cycle of breath that we have is the only thing that we do from being born till the last day of our life. We are breathing in and out. And we can only do that together with the trees.